Welcome to Totem Pole Sports on a Monday. Coach Taylor came back from vacation, came back with beating the GOATs of football, Jay Norvell, Bill Best, Mario Cristobal, more others. I'm trying to tell you, this was a great vacation right here. We got out. He's doing what he loves. He loves football. Coach Taylor, how do you feel about that 2 week vacation? Going to Miami and then Denver, Colorado. I'm surprised you didn't go to Boulder to go meet Coach Prime, but I'm glad that you didn't get arrested.
Your mic's making some terrible noises, man. I don't know if it's my phone or what. He got this new mic, and ever since he got this new mic, this junk makes him sound like a robot. But yeah, I went to Miami, then I went to Colorado State University, and Coach Lambo, is that your new mic that makes you sound like a robot?
I hadn't tested it.
But are you using the mic?
No,
You're not.
I'm not.
Well, we're back, and you sound wonderful now.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know either. But Totem Pole Sports is back, and we love you guys. So, Coach Lambo, what has been going on this weekend in sports and today?
Today, ladies and gentlemen, is the WNBA draft.
Today?
Today is the WNBA draft. And Caitlin Clark went number 1 to the Indiana Fever.
Man, that's amazing.
Caitlin Clark was drafted number 1. Coach Taylor, do you think she is the GOAT of the WNBA?
She did go to the WNBA.
Like, what is the expectations?
The expectation is, it sounds like the fix is in. She's from Indiana. I believe Purdue is in Indiana. And she's going to WNBA team in Indiana. This is like, it's too good to be true. So, I would say she's the face of the WNBA. She made a lot of people watch college basketball, women's college basketball.
She changed the game of college basketball. She definitely changed the game. Even Dawn Staley gave her props. She became the leading scorer in all of women's basketball. She passed Steph Curry in 3-pointers. She is something special, and I want America to appreciate Caitlin Clark, because I promise you, there would never be another Caitlin Clark. Never. There will be
good.
She's good. She's great. But yes, her being drafted number 1 is not surprising to me. And we'll see how the WNBA goes. It's still, on right now. She's very close friends with Steph Curry. So she's gonna be, she's gonna be up there. Also, you got Angel Reese up in there. You got plenty of women in the WNBA draft are going to make history. But Caitlin Clark being drafted number 1 is not a surprise. But like you said, Coach Taylor, you've already said it. You said the fix is in.
Fix is in, man.
The fix is in when it comes to Caitlin Clark. Now, off topic a little bit until the screen pops back. The NFL draft is in 10 days. 10 days, the NFL draft is in 10 days. Coach Taylor, is Caleb Williams going number 1?
Is Caleb Williams going number 1? Yes. Yes.
How do you feel about Caleb Williams?
He was good at Oklahoma. I can't put the comments up. I tried to. I must be on as a guest. He was good with what's up, MK? Good to see you. He was good at Oklahoma. He was good at USC. Won the Heisman, and I mean, I think he's probably the surest bet of all these quarterbacks. Jordan missing Coach Bald as always, my brother from another mother. Yeah, Jordan. Coach Bald is the best. We love him. So Caleb Williams with his painted fingernails will go number 1. What do you think, Lambo?
Well, you traded. Our days was good, M2K. Our days was great. When you trade Justin Fields to the Steelers, yeah, you're gonna have to pick number 1. Caleb Williams or Drake May, but I think the smart choice for the Bears is Caleb Williams. They got Keenan Allen as well. They already have a defense. I didn't like the fact that they kept Matt Eberflus on the staff, but it is not my call that they kept him. I think he should have been fired, but I guess he goes 1 more year, and I don't know. We'll see how the Bears do. The Bears hadn't been good since Matt Nagy and Mitch Trubisky back in 2018, 2019. I mean, they hadn't made the playoffs in a while, so we're going to see how the Bears are. But I don't expect them to be good quickly. It's gonna take them a while to get going. Topic we're gonna go to is NBA. The play-in games, right? We are very close to the NBA playoffs. We are very, very, very close. Very close, right? I think playoffs start this weekend, right? In-game preview, the West games on Tuesday, the East games on Wednesday, and the elimination game on Friday. Coach Taylor, I know when it comes to the NBA, you said the Dallas Mavericks were going to win the championship this year, and you know that's some bull jive. You know that it's a bull jive. I mean, we'll see if they can or if they're able to be the Clippers team. But Coach Taylor, in this play-in game, right? Like you got the Lakers and the Warriors in the West. Who do you have? Who do you have?
The Lakers got to play the Warriors. All right, I'm going with LeBron. I'm going with LeBron.
Actually, my bad. The Lakers will visit the Pelicans. It's not set yet. The Lakers will visit the Pelicans. Who do you have?
LeBron.
Between the Lakers and the Pelicans.
LeBron's going to beat Zion Williamson and the Pelicans. The fix is always in, man. They're going to get LeBron into the playoffs. He won the in-season tournament. His 5th championship. Now, LeBron's going to win.
That don't count. That in-season tournament don't count. They don't count.
Adam Silver said it counted.
Nope. Fuck Adam Silver. That shit don't count. And then also we have the Denver, the Warriors, and the Sacramento game as well. Who do you have between those teams?
Steph Curry. They're going to have Steph Curry in that tournament.
Why Steph Curry? Steph Curry, the greatest shooter of all time?
Yeah, because those are the two guys that get people to watch the game. People watch basketball to see LeBron James and Steph Curry. So that's why I'm picking. What do you say, Lambo?
I think the Lakers would beat the Pelicans. I see that happening. Pelicans are a pretty good team. Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram. But LeBron is LeBron, so I see them succeeding. But it will be a very competitive game. And, of course, you got Golden State and Sacramento. They met in the playoffs last year, 7-game series where Steph Curry did drop 50 points. Sacramento Kings, they're in the rebuild, but they're a little bit disappointing. Expect them what they were last year. But give me Golden State. Give me Golden State. Now on Wednesday, Miami versus Philadelphia. Jimmy Butler returns to Philadelphia. Who do you have between Miami and Philadelphia?
Miami versus Philadelphia. Miami always does well with Spoelstra, but I'm going to go with the young guns. I'm going with Tyrese Maxey and Joe Embiid are going to win that series.
What? Oh. Okay. One is Joel Embiid, not Indeed. Number two, Joel
Indeed.
Embiid. Joel Embiid came back from knee surgery. He just came back from knee surgery, and the Sixers have been struggling a little bit. You're gonna count out prime time. We talking about playoff Jimmy, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Bam Adebayo averaging a double this season, maybe close to a triple-double. You're telling me a Miami Heat team with Eric Spoelstra that has been down all year, they tighten up they tighten up when they get to the postseason. You're telling me a Philly team that has no defense that traded Patrick Beverly in the middle of the season, trading one of the core guys on defense, is going to beat the Miami Heat. That's what you're telling me?
Yeah, Miami Heat's good, man. They've always been good with Spoelstra, but I'm going with the Sixers. I'm going with the Sixers on this one. You're going with the Heat.
Oh, but that's crazy.
I like Maxey. I like Allen Iverson's little statue. And I'm going with the Philadelphia 76ers.
And the last game before the elimination games on Friday, who do you have between the Atlanta Hawks and the Chicago Bulls?
Not the Hawks. Trae Young ain't playing, right?
Trae Young, I think, is back.
Oh, Trae Young's back?
He should be back.
Where they playing at?
Give
me Trae Young.
They're on the road to Chicago. They're on the road to Chicago.
Give me Trae Young. Because I'm going with the Stars. The NBA needs to do something. NBA needs to do something. They need to get their stars out on that court. NBA basketball seems like it's not getting the ratings. People ain't watching the NBA like they used to. They need to get the stars in the playoffs. They need to get these guys on the TV. You know, the WNBA and college women's basketball is getting more viewers than the NBA. So who are you going with on the Hawks? Bulls.
Give me the Bulls. The Hawks have struggled. Trae Young has been out for a while. He came back, obviously. So just give me the Bulls. I think I'm more confident with DeMar DeRozan. I'm more confident. DeMar DeRozan. That's what I'm more comfortable with. NFL. Go ahead.
What's this deal about Tom Brady coming back?
Tom Brady. Well, okay, so he was on the Vic Blends podcast, I think, when he does. The Vic Blends is a dude that does haircuts, great haircuts. You know, he does like the good haircuts, stuff like that. He's all over like social media, things like that. He asked Tom Brady the question, but I think Tom Brady is a minority owner of the Raiders, so I don't think they'll let him come back. So he asked him a question: what if a team gave you a call? You know, the 49ers, the Patriots, whoever, you know, would you come back? He says, I'm not opposed to it. Yeah. I don't think Tom Brady will come back since he's already a minority owner for the Raiders. And normally when you're owner of a team, you can't play and be the owner of the team. And he's got a big old Fox deal coming up this fall, a 10-year deal. He will be number one in Fox Sports, number one commentator. So he has a big deal along the way. They gave him about $375 million in total of that deal. So he has a lot of things he wants to do. Plus, he wants to spend time with his kids. We already know he's been through a divorce. So Tom Brady, he's done enough for the NFL. We appreciate the man's greatness. He's the greatest quarterback of all time. That's undeniable. But we don't need Tom Brady back. We don't.
That ship is.
Patrick Mahomes is the face of the NFL. So
I'm
we'll keep
gonna.
it.
I'm gonna make this prediction.
What?
Bill Belichick will not come back and coach in the NFL.
How do you know that? Did you meet Bill Belichick?
No, I haven't met Bill Belichick, but I just have a feeling that the owners of the NFL, they do not want him to break Don Shula's record.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Coach Ball, for the comment. Next, we talk about the NFL. Daniel Jones hopes to be ready for the start of training camp. He had major knee surgery and should be ready in late July. Hasn't had any setbacks. He had a right knee and a neck injury that sidelined him earlier in the season. It's not an issue now. But the number 6 overall pick is the Giants' best option for the 2024 season. Coach Taylor, how do you feel about the Giants and Daniel Jones? I've already said that Daniel Jones is not a great quarterback. He's the most overrated quarterback. They paid him too much. And you got rid of Saquon Barkley, who went to the Eagles. I mean, is Brian Daboll going to get fired just sticking with Daniel Jones? You paid the man $40 million guaranteed. Is this the right choice?
I mean, I think it's the only choice. He had a pretty good season, Dayball's first year, and they made the playoffs, and they looked like a great team. And then last year, they just got off to a really bad start, and it's the NFL, not for long. And now Wink Martindale had a falling out with the head coach, and the Giants fired Tom Coughlin. So Brian Daboll is not immune to getting fired. It's the NFL, which we know what it stands for. And Daniel Jones, you better play good. Brian Daboll, you better win. So what do you think, Lambo?
Tom Coughlin fired was a very long time ago. You mean they fired Joe Judge, the special
No,
teams
I'm
coach?
talking about Tom Coughlin. If they'll fire Tom Coughlin that won 2 Super Bowls, they'll fire Brian Daboll. Joe Judge, I mean, well, he was only the coach for like 1 year, wasn't he?
3.
Oh, was he? Yeah.
2 or 3.
Another Belichick wannabe. A tough guy.
But but you don't understand this, Coach. You can't compare that because Tom Coughlin after the Super Bowl, the Giants didn't make the playoffs, so he deserved to get fired.
He won 2 Super Bowls.
What does that mean? After 2011,
he didn't make the playoffs, dude. There's only like 6 teams that make the playoffs in the NFL on each side.
He went 5 straight years without making the playoffs. 5.
Oh, 5 straight.
5 straight years without making the playoffs.
Yeah.
5 straight.
The Maras. I told my son, I got him a jersey this weekend. $33 for a $170 authentic Nike jersey. And I told my son, and it was because it was Justin Fields and Derrick Henry. The names on the back of the jerseys change, but the name on the side doesn't. George S. Hallis and Wellington Mara, Lamar Hunt. The owners' names don't change. So will Daniel Jones eventually get released by the Giants? Yes. Will Brian Daboll get fired? Yes. It's the NFL.
Here's what I look at this. Madness, I don't know what type of drugs Daniel Jones is on, but he is a sorry quarterback, and I can throw the ball better than Daniel Jones. Or maybe my starting quarterback can throw the ball better than Daniel Jones. I mean, he was slinging on Friday night.
A flag football player is better than Daniel Jones.
Yeah, he was slinging it except the 2 pick sixes, but we got the first win of the season. By the way, By the way, the Giants they said they're gonna look at all options. I think the Giants need to get a quarterback. You're 6-11 last year. I understand that he was hurt, but if
They'll
you're gonna
probably
win
draft
games,
one. They'll probably draft one.
yes, that's what I'm saying. They'll draft a quarterback, but if you're trying to win in the NFC East, one of the toughest divisions of football, the Cowboys, the Eagles. The Eagles have upgraded up. The Cowboys are going to be the Cowboys into the playoffs. The Washington Commanders are going to be a better team with Dan Quinn. If they get a quarterback, they'll be a way better team than they were before. The NFC East is going to be tough. So looking at that, Daniel Jones is literally the third best quarterback in that division. Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, then Daniel Jones. And then the Commanders don't even have a quarterback. So, I mean, Daniel Jones is the third best quarterback in that division. And with the loss of Saquon Barkley and Wan'Dale Robinson also returning from ACL injury, I'm just not sure what the Giants' offense is really going to look like. But they got Drew Lock. They lost Tyrod Taylor. He went to the Jets in free agency. And then you got Drew Lock and Tommy DeVito. So that I don't know. You might have to. I ain't gonna lie. Drew Lock was pretty good in Seattle last year. He was pretty consistent in Seattle last year, despite Gino getting hurt. He made some clutch throws. If I'm the
I
Giants,
like Tommy. Don't call me Danny DeVito. That's who I like.
he's okay, but give me Drew Lock. If I'm the Giants, if I'm the Giants, start Drew Lock. If I'm Brian Dable and my job is on the line, yeah, I'm starting Drew Lock.
I mean, Brian Dayball's only been the coach for 2 years. Now he's going in his third year.
What does that mean?
I mean, it's just last year was a disappointing year, but
What?
I mean, they're getting ready to fire him. It's just the way it is in the NFL.
It's just the way it is.
Just the way it is. Some things will never change.
All right, college football. Kalen DeBoer, the new head coach of Alabama, right? Nick Saban was at the spring game. The spring game, I think it was great. I didn't watch it. Nick Saban was there, obviously. Coach Taylor, how do you feel about Alabama without Nick Saban? I know this feels very weird. There's no Nick Saban, and there's everybody that's excited that there's not a Nick Saban. But I don't think Alabama's going to completely just fall off. But I think they'll look different because Nick Saban's teams have always been great defensively. Kalen DeBoer is a great offensive mind. He had 100 wins in NAIA Division III football. So, I mean, he was very successful. How do you feel about Kalen DeBoer in Alabama? What are the expectations?
It's Alabama. So the expectations is national championships. And Kalen DeBoer is probably one of the best coaches in college football, but it's hard to follow a legend. And Coach Saban, you made a lot of money off of college football. You made a lot of money off of college football players. The one thing I did not like that Coach Saban did was go testify in front of Congress about players wanting to know what they're going to get paid. The players now have a say. The players now have some power. And Coach Saban goes and testifies against his players. I wouldn't be testifying against my players. What do you think, Lambo?
Well, Nick Saban is Nick Saban.
Yeah.
He's the greatest coach of all time. That's not even debatable to talk about. He's the greatest coach of all time. But there is expectations for Kalen DeBoer. He led Washington to a national championship in the second season, even though they didn't win. But Alabama, I still think it's going to be Alabama. I
He's
think
the
the all
greatest coach of this time.
Nick Saban is the greatest coach of all time.
Mm-mm.
Why? Who's better than
Well,
Nick Saban?
You got Newt Rodney, you got Bear Bryant, and people say he's the
Did he
greatest coach
tie
of
Bear
this
Bryant?
time. Hmm?
Did he tie Bear Bryant in championships?
I don't know, but he's the greatest coach of this time. I agree with that. But of all time, there's been a lot of great coaches, man. But I'm a little down on Coach Saban because he testified in front of Congress about players getting paid after you've made $100 million or more off of college football and college football players.
I think when it comes to Alabama, we'll see what the expectation is. We already know it's to win national championships, but we'll see how they are. They're going to look different defensively. You know, they don't have a defensive-minded coach. They have a offensive-minded guy in Kalen DeBoer. So we will have to see how this works. I don't expect Alabama to fall off. But if Alabama wins, if Alabama goes like 9-3, I think America's just going to panic. And they're going to try to get rid of the guy and all the other stuff. You know, Alabama fans, they're a little bit, they're a little bit tense,
Alabama's going to be in the playoff.
They're going to be in the playoffs. I'm not questioning that. This is a 12-team playoff. You better be in the playoff.
They're going to be in the playoff.
Yeah, it's 12 teams. It's not 4, it's 12.
Now, if they don't make the playoffs, it'll be disappointing, but they're going to be in the playoff.
All you got to do is be top 12. That's not hard. Anybody be top 12. So that's not even a question. Next thing we're gonna talk about is Steve Sarkisian. Steve Sarkisian in Texas. You know, they were one game away from the national championship. How do you feel about his increase? He's gonna make more than $10 million per year. Close to being the highest paid coach or one of the highest paid coaches. You know, I think Kirby Smart is making a little more. It was Jim Harbaugh until he left the NFL. How do you feel about Texas and Steve Sarkisian? Because I think we were all wrong. We were surprised that they went 12-1, and I said they were going to win at least 8 or 9 games. They won 12. It made the college football playoff. What's the expectation for Texas, Coach? How do you feel about Sarkisian?
To get the job done. They didn't get the job done. They couldn't beat Washington. They got probably the best quarterback coming back. But I'm going to make a prediction. Colorado State, the first game of the year. I'm going with my heart on this one. Yeah, my dog's got something for them.
Is that who they play week 1?
Believe so, yeah.
Texas plays Colorado State in week 1?
Yes. And Neon Dion primetime is going to start out 0-4.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't like Texas, but I got to give Sarkisian his props because he was on the hot seat this year, or this past season. He was on the hot seat. They won the Big 12. They got to the college football playoff. It's better than what there was before. It's better than what it was when Mac Brown was there.
Mac Brown won a national championship with Vince Young.
I said after
Charlie Strong.
Charlie Strong was garbage.
And then what's his name?
Tom Herman. They shouldn't have fired Tom Herman. That was stupid. They shouldn't have done that. Tom Herman firing was kind of dumb. You know, Sam Ehlinger, I think is a great quarterback for Texas. That was a dumb firing. I guess 85 wasn't good enough, but I don't know. Steve Sarkisian is going to be set to be one of the highest paid coaches, making close to $10.5 million per year. They won the Big 12. They won their league. They're moving to the SEC, so they're going to play tough competition. Alabama, LSU, Georgia. So the SEC ain't gonna be easy for them. Oklahoma, Texas, they move out the Big 12 to play in the SEC. We'll see how good they are when the SEC, because SEC is known for great NFL players. The SEC is the NFL college football. So the
Yeah.
Texas in the SEC, it's woo.
I mean, USC's in the SEC, ain't they? Or are they in the Big
USC,
Ten?
Big Ten. They're in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I can't keep up with it all. It don't really matter as long as both teams make the playoffs. But Lambo, I just want to tell you, you are doing an excellent job with Totem Pole Sports. Been watching you, and we had a great show, dude, tonight. It's just I'm glad to be back on here with you, my cousin. Aren't you glad to be?
Yes, I'm always glad. And then I'm coaching football again, so I feel good giving to the youth. I feel great because youth football is very important. I'm glad, and I'm giving back to the youth of football. But, giving back to the youth, it's great.
The most important.
I'm glad that I'm a head coach again. I'm glad I got a second chance at being a head coach again, and I'm smarter than I was before. Very, very smarter. Very, very smarter. Very, very wiser, and being in situations and starting a new era in youth football. By the way, before we end this on Texas does play Colorado State at home. I don't think they're gonna upset them at home. Texas hasn't lost at home. They don't lose at home
since Alabama.
Well, they play Colorado State, UTSA, Mississippi State, Michigan. Oh, they played Michigan the second week. Oh, hold on. Colorado State, Michigan, UTSA, LA Monroe, Oklahoma, Mississippi State, Georgia, Vanderbilt, Florida.
That's a tough schedule, man.
Kentucky, Arkansas, and Texas A&M.
That's a tough schedule, man.
I give Texas maybe about 9 wins, respectfully. 9. Florida isn't. I'm not sold on how good Florida's going to be. Arkansas fell off a little bit. Vanderbilt's going to be garbage. They may be better, but Michigan's going to be tough. Colorado State going to give them a fight. Georgia going to run them out of town. And Kentucky. But we going to have to see how this goes. But I'm glad that I'm giving back to the youth. Football, Totem Pole Nation, we're keeping stuff busy. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe because we're almost at 125K subscribers. Keep it up. Get this merch from TotemPoleNation.com. We are also sponsored by St. Pete Rejuvenate. St. Pete Rejuvenate, the man Coach Ball is sitting somewhere on a beach in a pool. Well, y'all have a great night. I want y'all to please take care of yourselves.